My name is Portia Wilkinson.
My name is Tracy Wilkinson.
Now, we're here talking about the entrance into the Parish Walk, which Portia is going to be doing. This is very much, Tracy, a family affair, isn't it?
Yes, it is. My partner is doing the Parish Walk as well, so I'm his support vehicle, and Portia's doing it, but she's doing it for her nana, and Grandad is being her support vehicle, and my granddaughter is being part of the crew as well.
So, Portia, we should give your daughter a little shout out here.
Her name is Holly Rose Firkins. She's 2 years old and is just a typical child with the with the tantrums, but she loves being involved in everything. She loves being out. She hates staying in.
So, what does she think about her mum doing the parish?
I'm hoping she would be proud of me. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I think she'd be proud. Yeah.
So she's got her own little outfit, hasn't she?
Yes, she has. She's got her own little high-vis jacket saying support crew for Parish Walk.
That is so adorable. And obviously we've heard a bit about why you're doing the parish, but just tell us now then, what is it that has inspired you to do it this year?
Mainly because it's for the Parkinson's Society. It's to help obviously a load of people that have Parkinson's. It gets them out, it gets them to socialise with people. I don't think it's really recognised all that well either, because I'm sure they said they've been doing it for a while, and my nana didn't know about it for I think 3-4 years or however long she's been there, and she absolutely enjoyed it. It was the best thing for her, especially as she couldn't do so much herself by going out and doing things, so that actually got her out of the house and actually to socialise and enjoy it. And it was to do with the same people that, you know, with the same problem with her, so it wasn't so awkward for her to socialise.
So this is your mum, isn't it? So tell us a little bit about her.
Right, her name's Pamela Rose Farrow. She had Parkinson's for 42 years. She was diagnosed back in 1980. Back then, very little was actually known about Parkinson's. So it was trial and error with all the different pills and potions. And what the problem is with Parkinson's, your brain stops making dopamine, which is what you need to help you fluid, so you can actually move properly and you can breathe, you can move, you can touch, you can do. With Parkinson's, you can't do two things at once. You can only do one thing at once. And my mum got the type of Parkinson's that made her like a statue. You get them where it's shaky, but if you touched my mum's hand, you could feel her shaking inside. So, sorry, I'm getting emotional now. But she was a fighter, and they said, we'll give you 25 years to live. And she lasted 42. So we can't complain about that. She really was a fighter. And she wouldn't have managed half of what she'd done without the love and support of my dad, Brian, who's Portia's support car. He basically gave up his life, really, didn't he, in the last couple of years. Detriment to his own health, she came first. So, but she was always falling over towards the end, and when she passed, she'd actually had a blood clot on her brain which wouldn't dissolve. And it was just a case of palliative care, end-of-life care. And we had to fill up 8 days, so we were happy to have a home for that time.
And actually having a home for that time gave you something of an insight, really, into her life, didn't it? I know you were just telling me a minute ago, Tracy, just telling me a little bit about some of the moments you had with her and with your dad as well.
Well, my mum loved music, so he'd put all the music on from when they first met at the first dance hall that they went to, and he said, do you remember when I came up and asked you if you wanted a drink? And she's like, oh yeah. And then he ended up taking a young lady with a pencil skirt onto a matchless motorbike, and he took her home in the dark, and there was no lights at that time because war was just about to happen. So she said to me, I'll never see him again. It took him 2 hours the next day going up up and down every lane in Dagenham, because all lanes back then looked the same with no lights. It took him 2 hours and he found her, and that was it. End of story. They were together forever.
Oh. So things like this, you learned about all of this because you had those 8 days with your mum before she passed away.
And something else I found out, we used to live abroad in Saudi Arabia and Jordan, and she had to put up a lot because my dad's work came first, so there was many months where she didn't see him and they weren't together, but she always stood by him, and if it was the right thing to do, she had the last say. But I didn't realise she used to help the Palestinian refugees back then. She used to knit babies' hats and blankets for the babies, and then she used to just used to make clothes and send them off to the Palestinian refugees. Gosh. And that was way back then. That was about 1982. Yeah. So she'd not long been diagnosed with Parkinson's at that point.
So I guess in some ways this is kind of a message to all of us, really, isn't it? In that, again, you learned this in the last 8 days of her life, but maybe we should all have more conversations with our family.
Yes, we should, definitely. We do, don't we?
We do. Since when Nana's passed away, I think we've taken life a little bit more seriously than what we had. We just kind of took it for granted in a way. We've had, obviously, me and my mum have had our ups and downs massively, but we've come through stronger. And I think also as well, since having my daughter, it's changed my life. It's changed me as a person. I used to be quite childish. I used to be quite immature. Since having her, I've grown up. I've seen things differently. And also, again, like, you know, losing Nana as well, it's definitely changed the person who I am today, 100%. So that's why every now and again, if I'm not doing anything, I'll phone Mum and I'll see what she's doing. Or sometimes I'll be like, right, if you're not doing anything, let's go down and see Granddad, let's go and spend time with him, and like, so he can spend time with Harley, and you know, and if there's like an event or something that he can go to as well, you know, we'll invite him down there and just try and make as much memories as possible.
And actually, you were saying that you had previously thought about maybe doing the parish, but do you think the events of this past sort of year have encouraged you more so to go for it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Usually it's like, I'm always like one of those people where I'm like, you know, oh, I'll do it, but then I'll duck out of it, and it's just like, you know, why did I duck out of it? I kind of regret ducking out of it now. So that's why, since obviously what's happened, it's kind of pushed me more to actually do the parish this year.
And that's why I saw this thing advertised, I thought this will give her all these incentives she needs. So I just thought it'd be an extra push, and it'd just be something special. It would be for us to remember, as well as little Harley, hopefully.
Because there's something really beautiful about this, because it's essentially 4 generations of women, isn't it? And this is sort of all tying you together.
Yes, it is, definitely. I've got one picture of the 4 generations together, and that was Holly's first birthday, and we're all sat together, and it was a lovely picture. But yes, very much a 4-generation thing. She'll very much be with us, won't she?
We got one when she was a newborn. I think she was only like maybe 10 days old, not even that. Yeah, we've made sure we take so many photos with her and her great nana, because her great nana was, she absolutely loved the bones of her. And every week we went down there. They were down there like either like 2-3 days a week, and she'd be like, oh, I've got this for Harley. Oh, I've got this for Harley. So she'd always have something new for her every time.
Your nana's going to be here. I've got her here in a necklace. I've got some of her ashes. It never comes off, so she will be with us on the day as well. I know it sounds silly, but it means a lot to me.
Is there like a message you would want to give people based on what you've learned in the past 18 months, 2 years?
Yeah. Just don't take your family for granted. That's all I say. Just don't take them for granted. Actually spend time, make the effort to even if it's just a message to say, are you okay, or how are you doing? Just come over for a cuppa, just anything. Just don't take anything for granted. Even if you have the biggest fallouts, make up and actually live your life with them. Don't take anything for granted. Life's too short for that.
But like Portia said, just make every day count. Mental health, but it makes, I mean, my mental health has gone downhill. My mum's passing just made me realise that grief hits you in so many different ways. If you're out there suffering with it, don't. Crews have been fantastic. Without them, I would never have survived. They've been brilliant. But again, like Portia said, make every day count, make every second count, and just be friends, and life's too short.
Life's too short to not do the parish.
Yeah, technically.